Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Women respond to a man's vibe. Notice I said vibe. And you know what? It's interesting. A lot of guys don't get that. Interestingly enough, you know, I've talked before about the streets in certain places. They get the whole concept of a vibe in some poor areas, some urban areas, because they understand one thing. You know, women, when they checking out a man, yes, they checking out his looks. We can't get past that. You know, they're listening to his voice. You know, it's all that organic stuff. But one of the things that a lot of guys don't get, a woman's also feeling a man. See, only 8% of communication is verbal. Only 8% of it. So a lot of communication is in a man's body language. How's he looking at them? How's he standing up? How's he moving? You know, is he giving off a robust body language like, yeah, I'm the man? Or is he giving off a like, yeah, and everything? That's a vibe. Like a woman gotta feel something from a man. She gotta feel something. You know, she might be around a man and she don't feel comfortable. She might feel like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's handsome. Oh yeah, he's saying the right thing. She don't feel anything. Like I remember a woman I was dealing with, and this was a strictly friends with benefit thing. And, you know, she met some other guy. I was like, oh, okay, go do your thing. And she was talking with she was telling me about this guy she met. She said, yeah, he looked all right. He said all the right things, but she didn't feel something from him. See, women go on that a lot. That's why a lot of guys can't figure that out. See, understand something. A lot of guys out here talking about a woman's nature and everything, but they focusing on some negative aspects. If you're going to talk about a woman's nature, you got to talk about everything. Everything. And one of the things they talk about is a vibe. Indeed, I never forget there was a post on Instagram. And the original post was asking women, you know, how do they rate different aspects of a man? You know, it was like money, looks, personality, and then vibe. A whole lot of women had vibe at the top. And just to be clear, it was maybe 1,000 responses. And I actually went through all of them. I counted like 2 that said money at the top, just to be clear for those people who want to put it. But even the looks thing, the looks wasn't always on top for some women, but for some women it was personality, but also vibe at the top. And that's a serious thing because, you know, I remember I knew this dude and he always had all this negative stuff to say about women in private when he was around other guys. And I actually told him, I said, dude, you need to get that mindset away from you. Because when you get around some women, you may not say anything negative, but they can look at your face. They can pick up if you have an issue with them. See, a lot of people don't get about body language. And women especially are checking out a man's body language. They looking at his face. You know, when they looking at his face, they ain't just looking at the pure aesthetics of it. They looking at his facial expressions. They looking at what he gives off. You know, like I use myself for an example. There was one of my older videos when I was, you know, had a thumbnail and stuff, and I was looking mean as hell in it. I remember a woman said it was scary. Indeed, on that vibe thing, because like I said, mostly women can pick it up, but you get some men who, I'm just saying, some rougher areas, they can pick up on it too. They got to for survival. Let's put it like this. Let me go on a tangent real quick. In those areas, you got to be able to read somebody quickly because it could be the difference between getting robbed, getting assaulted, or something. You got to be able to look. You got to be able to look at somebody and make a decision right away. So I remember there was some dudes, some men around here that work at a local store. They told me when they first saw me, hey, they was giving off that mean vibe. They was like, damn, you look like you don't want to fuck with him and stuff. They told me straight up. Man, that's how I look when I'm walking around. I've had a lot of people tell me that. You know, that's the energy I give, but that's how I am when I'm just walking around. I ain't messing around. You know, you get to know me. Oh yeah, I'm happy, fun, and play and everything. But that was the vibe. And I understood that. I was like, okay, all right. You know? So it's like, all right. But if we're going to focus just on women, they checking that out too. That's one of the reasons I'll say, you know what, it's just easy to be honest with a woman. Because you can say whatever, but they looking at your vibe. Are you walking around like, you know, okay, you know I don't use those terms alpha and beta and all of that, right? But you get some guys talk about alpha behavior and everything, or even holding frame. A woman look right at that and see what's up. A woman will look right at that, because you can try to pretend like it, but if you ain't feeling it inside, it's going to pick up. You know, it's not even worth it. That's why it's easier just to be honest about whatever you thinking. It's easy. It's way easier. I'm more the proponent of just being honest. Or if you don't want to be honest or you don't want to tell it, just don't tell it. It's like, just if you got to open your mouth and say something, be honest about it. If you don't want to share it, don't share it. I'm the type, I just don't share it. But I don't lie about it. It's just like, you know, don't even do that. You know? And a lot of times that's, I'm going to tell you what, how powerful your vibe could be. That's how you get some men who can get a woman to approach them. Not off their looks or even their body build, their vibe. Does their vibe say, hey, you can approach me in peace? That's a very key thing. Or does your vibe say, you know, whatever they're looking for? You know, whatever they happen to be looking for, what does that say? Because women are constantly reading it, constantly reading the whole thing. That's why I always say, too, for men, women look at the whole package. They don't just focus on one part of you or something. They look you up and down. Even the clothing you're wearing, they try and get a vibe off of it, your style and everything. You know, all of that creates an aura. An aura. It's you know, that saying is a picture's worth 1,000 words. You can get a lot from it. And like I said, anybody who grew up in like some bad areas, come on now. You know, even the men is like, okay, you got to be checking for it. You see what's up. You got to be reading that person. Indeed, a lot of players got that skill. They be reading the women no matter what they saying. You know, and I've talked to some dudes about like reading a woman's body language and everything. Well, women doing the same exact thing. They doing it way more than us. You know, we ain't going to do it at that level. And that's just the woman. That's just... You know, and that's just a part of their nature. That's why any man who's transforming, any man who's working to become select, he can't be faking. He can't be wearing that mask. Indeed, when I talk about select men, the two groups, the Mr. Goodbars and the masked men. The masked men just got that mask on, but on a deep level. Let me break this down. They can get that woman based on the mask. But then on a deep level, once she get past that mask, she does not like what she sees. Let me say it again. She don't like what she sees. The men at the top of the food chain, the real men at the top of the food chain, whatever things they got is within them. Is already a natural part of their personality. So, you know, and I'm going to get more into that natural part of the personality in a couple of videos. All right. But this is the whole thing to really think about. All right. This is the thing to think about. So just understand that if we're going to talk about a woman's nature, we got to talk about everything. And the vibe is very big with women. So anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.